My least favourite word at the moment is uncertainty. Of course, there's always uncertainty. The RBA cut, finally, joining the easing trend. We expect one more easing. In fact, the bank's cut seemed more controversial than I think it should have been. We've only got one more cut from the bank. If you want to arm wrestle me over it being two more, I wouldn't go to war over that, but certainly less than a handful. We've got the ECB and the Bank of England easing by more than 100 this year. We've got the Fed restarting again in September. We've got China continuing to ease. It's all been a bit decorrelated, a bit mid-cycle slowdown, but there's still clearly, in our view, an easing theme going on globally. What's it likely to mean? I just want to start with balance sheets, because when I think about the world and I think about interest rate activity, the balance sheet is the prism through which I think it's best to analyse its impact on the world. The Australian household sector has never been in better financial shape in aggregate. When you deliver easing into impaired balance sheets, borrowers take the lower interest payments to reduce debt. When you deliver easing into strong balance sheets, borrowers take the lower interest payments to increase consumption or to borrow more. And these trends, of course, are global. US household sector in much stronger financial shape, New Zealand, Korea, the UK, even in Japan, the household sector in aggregate is in the best shape I've seen in my career. I think rate cuts are going to gain traction because delinquencies are low. Housing, defence, climate transition, infrastructure, all of these are steel and cement intensive, and all of these are prime age labour intensive. I don't think rate cuts have to get all that much traction actually, because delinquencies are low and the underlying level of demand is pretty high. And what it leads us to is a world which, despite all the uncertainty and the shocks we've had, has been incredibly resilient. The World Bank defines global recession as global growth below population growth. Global population growth is 1. We're in our third 3% year for the global economy, and we expect a couple more. Trump definitely brings uncertainty, but the world's not particularly vulnerable, I don't think, economically.